before I ask you what the answer for each one is, what did you connect, Nick?
I did it like, I didn't do it, I did it like sideways.
Sideways, okay, what we call the constant. So this way, right?
I did it the other way.
Top to bottom or left to right?
Yeah, I did
This way?
Yeah.
Okay, either way it will work. 9 times what makes 45? Now here's what's tricky that I'm still finding that some students are having difficulty with. Once you get this connection of times 5 between top and bottom of your ratio, it's called the multiplicative structure. You have to say to yourself, what number times 5 makes 5? What's our answer? Nick?
1.
How many got 1? Did anybody get 25? Because if you do it the wrong way, instead of going from the top to the bottom, you're going to get 25, and that's not correct. If you connect this way, watch, it'll also work. I'll do it in red to show it. If I go this way, 5 times what makes 45? Just say it. Then you've got to say to yourself, what number times 9 makes 9? The answer is obviously 1. Okay? I find like number 1 and number 2. These two is where I see the errors, where you're trying to find missing quantities in the first ratio. That's where I see the errors in 6th grade students. We just need to practice it. All right, what about number 2? Where can you make a connection? Again, you could go 2 ways. Jake.
12 times 3 is 36.
Very good.
And I divided 6 divided by 3.
All right, and what he said is very, very accurate. When you say to yourself, what number times 3 makes 6, in essence, like Jake said, what you're really doing is 6 divided by that constant of 3 will get you 2. How many got that one right? All right. What about number 3? A little bit easier when you have to find missing numbers in the second ratio. At least I think it is for students. It's easier. Same thing if I call on you. Tell me what you're connecting. Mikey.
I was connecting to that.
To what number? 11 to, yeah, I see it. You got it. Times what constant?
3.
Missing number, bud?
24.
Well, very good. And finally, number 4. Caitlin, what'd you connect? Times what constant? And the missing number? And there's that, okay? The very first page of Friday's quiz is this. So when I do extra help on Thursday at lunch or Friday morning, whatever you come to, if you need help with this, let me know. We'll do it. Trist.
If there's like 2 ways you can do it, you have to do both ways?
You can do it every way you want. Okay? All right, let's do example 1. It's at the bottom, actually. Long word problems. First, as usual, I want you guys to read it quietly to yourself. Look at me when you're done. We're actually going to do the VIPs together because this is unlike anything that you've done yet. So just read it quietly, and then we'll come back here. Okay, before I begin, guys, let's just go over some of the vocabulary that sometimes can trip up students. Do you know what the word caters means? It appears in the very beginning. Any idea what that word means in this context? Angelina? Does it quite mean entertain in this case? Although the word cater sometimes can mean that, but not in this context.
Maybe like
Closer, yeah.
wait.
Go ahead. Has is pretty good, actually. Yeah, that's pretty good. I was going to say sells or... Let me simplify it. The hotel caters rather than caters. The hotel sells rooms to business travelers or to travelers for people who travel for different types of business trips. It's a hotel manager that sells rooms. That's what the word caters means. What about the word occupied? Do you know what that word means? Jay. Being used, being filled up, being taken. How is this problem different from previous problems? What do you see that's different or more advanced? Chris?
There's two given ratios.
There's two given ratios. Okay, these types of problems, I call them double tape diagrams. So now that being said, we're going to underline the key VIPs that we're going to need to construct not one set of tape diagram, but two sets. And here are your key words. You need Saturday night, occupied rooms to unoccupied rooms, ratio 2:5. That, in essence, right there, is one set of tape diagrams like you've been doing. Second set. Sunday night, no change there. Occupied rooms. I said no change there. I meant it is a change. It goes from Saturday to Sunday, but it's still it's still a change in days. Occupied rooms to unoccupied rooms. There's where there's no change, but a new ratio of 6:1. Once you get that, really constructing the tape diagrams isn't too difficult. That's not where the leap is. I'm going to double underline the last part of the question, but they boldface it for you because it is what we need to answer at the end. Okay. We're going to start off by making a double tape diagram. Let's put in the ratios first. For Saturday night, what was the ratio of occupied to unoccupied? Lay.
2:5.
Same thing. Put them in parentheses. And let's make it. Oh, I have one box too many. All right, what about Sunday, occupied to unoccupied? Sorry that you have to keep flipping back and forth, but it's such a long problem, you can't fit it all on one page unless you make like a 6-point font, and I didn't want to do that. Nick. Good. Let's box that out. Now comes, in my opinion, the most difficult piece to figure this out. What are they giving you in the word problem? Because they're only giving you one more other number that you need. First of all, what's the number? Let's do that first. Jordan.
It's 432.
Okay, hold on one sec. We'll get to it. I'm going to come back to you. But yes, you are right. The number that we still need, I got to flip back, is this 432. What becomes difficult is you have to be a very, very careful reader. Because it's 432 of what? On what day?
Saturday.
Okay, so 432 occupied rooms and Saturday. Come up and show us what part of the tape diagram, and I'll have you work in red. Use your finger because I don't know what the red marker is.
I did 432 divided by 2.
Stop right there, okay? Occupied rooms for Sunday. Let's check and see if he's correct. It's 432 occupied rooms on Sunday. This is the strip. Sunday occupied rooms that we need to take our 432. And what are you dividing it by? Dividing it by 6. Because there's 6 boxes. That gets you the magic number, and guess what? The magic number is good for all boxes on all days. And it should come out evenly if you do it right. 62. There's a math error somewhere there. There's a first. Let's start over again. 6 into 632. Come on up come on up, Soph. We're close. Gotta use your finger. Go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Finish up now and you've got it. Sophia, you're squeaking.
Yeah.
Magic number. Listen, I'm going to put it in every box just to show you that it's good for every box. As you do more and more of these, you get the hang of it. There's a lot of boxes to fill here, so if you choose not to do it and know what to do from this point forward, that's fine. But for now, to prove the point, and since this is going on the blog, I want to show that this number has to go in every box for both days. We're almost home free. What do they want? Because look, I like to break this down into 2 words. This is what they give. They give you 432. What do they want? Nick, read it without flipping back and forth. What do they want? On what day? How many? Double check on that because I don't have it right in front of me. Are they asking how many unoccupied rooms on Sunday? Dylan, what are they asking? Right, be careful. They want to know how many unoccupied rooms on Saturday. They gave you this, they want this. But now you're right back to what you've been doing all along. 72 times what gets us our answer? Matt, 72 times 5. Who was absent yesterday?
Dylan.
All right, Dylan, G, and no, Dylan, you were here. You were here. You were here yesterday, but absent the first part, right? Okay. Griffin, Timothy, and G. New symbol. When you see a dot, I bet you Timothy Schiraldi knows what the dot is. What operation? It means to multiply. So you're going to see that from here on out, so we don't get it confused with an algebraic variable, which we do in the later half of the year. And then if you do 72 times 5, you should get, who did it yesterday? Try again. Don't blow it on the easy step. Not 310. Aiden, 360. Okay. These are a little bit more tricky because there's a lot of reading and you got to do a lot of careful reading. Okay? But we will pick this up again on Thursday. Spend a little time and then you'll be ready for your quiz on Friday. Okay? That's all I got for you. Thanks.